When you hit puberty, your entire life changes. Your parents will know a different child when you hit puberty age. Puberty age is somewhere between the ages of 11 to 13. Your personality, your desires, your habits, your actions are curved because your decisions are now based on your hormones. One of the core human traits is driven by hormones. You hit puberty, your hormones kick in, and your actions are now driven for you to have sex to reproduce. You have fluids and natural occurring chemicals that are working in your body and are steering you to look at the opposite sex or whatever you like. And you are now making decisions so that you can execute the game plan to release your chemicals, to release your fluids in another person. Sex is a huge driver of your life. Sex will cause you to make some of the biggest life decisions you will ever face. Sex is so important that people use it as a weapon. Right now, there's what they call a sex strike going on. There was an actress in America who used to be on, I think the sitcom was a TV show, I think it was in the 80s or 90s, called Who's the Boss? I think with my man Tony Danza. And this actress is upset about, I think, Alabama, one of the states in the United States of America, is passing some laws to make it either tougher or trying to ban abortion. And I'm pro-choice. I speak directly. I don't go against that. The Bible says if a person lives his entire life but finds no joy in it, it would be better off that he was dead. Paul the Apostle wrote that I wish I was dead, but it was better for you that I'm alive. Jesus said, don't love anything in this world. As soon as you conceive a child, is it a baby? It doesn't matter what it is. We put down dogs in America. We take people off life support. We go to wars. We do circumcision, which is cutting a guy's penis when they're young. They don't feel that. But this isn't to get into the political argument of pro-choice or pro-life. This is to get into a discussion based on this actress used, I thought was a very clever marketing scheme, a sex strike. She said basically that all women should go on strike to make this point and not give men any sex to show that we are in charge of our reproductive organs. You think about that in life. How different would your life be if you went on sex strike? I went on sex strike several years ago, guys, and it had nothing to do with pro-choice, nothing to do with pro-life. My sex strike happened. I took action. I went on sex strike because what I found was I had a spiritual awakening. The spiritual awakening was I could satisfy myself. When I orgasm and I masturbate, it's the same thing versus when you get with someone. There's no chemical difference. It's all mental. So if you can relieve yourself, why get entangled into a relationship? If you can live in your car, why get entangled in a mortgage? It's the simplified life. If you no longer have to date someone and worry about basically what you want out of the relationship is being satisfied sexually. Now you're in a whole nother game. You have the power. When you are controlled by your hormones, and that's what happens when you hit puberty, you turn against your parents, you get turned on to the person you like, and you totally start to change who you are, making decisions based on sex. If you made decisions in your life and sex was not relevant at all, how different would life and this world be? Think about that for a minute. If you went into a Starbucks and there was a hot girl and a fat, nasty girl, and you had no alternative motive about who to be nice to because sex wasn't an option, you went on sex strike, you're satisfying yourself, how would you treat people? You would start treating people as equal. We now are the most biased. We are the most biased creatures in this world. As I'm looking right now, there's a girl and a guy flirting on the side of a building. Their whole relationship is based on, right now, the sexual body language of flirting, of laughing, of like touching each other gently. It's all foreplay to the ultimate end game of sex. If sex was no longer the end game, if you went on sex strike, how would you process information? How would you live your life? George Costanza went on sex strike. Instead of him becoming a dumb, laid-off guy, he basically became a rocket scientist until he met some Portuguese cleaning lady at his job, and he couldn't resist her. He had sex, and then he went back to a dumb guy. When you restrain from sex with the opposite sex or whatever, and you satisfy yourself, you are now making clear-minded decisions, not based on a bias of your hormones racing. I often said, which I think it's wisdom. It was in like, I don't know what the movie it was, with Ben Stiller, I think it was, something about Mary, something like that. And his friend basically told him, you should masturbate before you go on a date. Because once you ejaculate, you have a clearer mind. Would you hire a hot secretary? Probably not. Would you hire people based on looks? Probably not. There's some people that still do that. It's not right. It's not legal. But I want you to imagine for a moment, because I think this is very important. On my channel, we talk about living simple, living out of your car. We talk about politics, life. But a lot of people have been hurt by the devastation of relationships. One thing I've learned talking to people from all over the world is the major cause of most people's heartache in life is based around relationships gone sour. So if relationships are the number one cause of stress, and Google it. Google the number one cause of stress. Money's number two, and we talk about money on this channel. Money's number two, relationships number one. What's the whole purpose of a relationship? Sex. And everything before that is all foreplay. So imagine your life, imagine this world where people go on sex strike and you are no longer making decisions based on sex. You're going to see a whole different world. We would probably form a trade treaty with China. Palestine and Israel would come together. If we started to look at life no longer through the primitive human desires, and one of them is sex, we start to look at the other primitive human desires, tribalism, greed, and we start to say, how can we extinguish some of these human primitive desires and make, a better quality of life? You're not going to make this world perfect, then that's why I'm pro-choice. But I think a sex strike is one step closer to a better life, in my opinion. And for those who disagree, I would like to know why. I would like to know how long you've been in a relationship. I would like to know if you've been divorced. I would like to know if you have kids. How do they treat you? How do you like them? Well, I don't need to really do the answer, because 50% divorce rate, 80% of kids don't get along with their parents. So it's just interesting to me. And it's something to ponder, because I think that will help you in life. I would teach this in high school. You don't need to know algebra. Why? Because if you're great with math, but if you make decisions based on sex, you're going to be screwed. The wealthiest man in the world, the CEO of Amazon, Bezos, I forgot his first name. He recently had an affair and cheated on his wife, committed adultery based on sex. Okay. And so they got a divorce. He's taken half. This guy's obviously intelligent. He formed the biggest company in the world, basically, Amazon. Wealthiest man in the world. But yet he should have went on sex strike. But he couldn't help himself. Now he's got enough money, it can buffer. I often say, what's the difference between a rich person and a poor person? The only difference is a rich person has enough money to make more mistakes and not get caught out there. Like, if you're living in your car working at Walmart and you get a divorce and you got alimony and child support, you're screwed. That's it. You know how long that takes to recover? A long time. If you're Bezos, you're fine. You're fine, man. He's still the wealthiest guy, I think. Even after he divided his assets in half, he's still the wealthiest guy. So, but let's stay positive. And the positive news is every day, all you can do is focus on going forward. You can't look back. So you can't say, look, I shouldn't have made this decision based on sex. But what you can say is, look, now going forward, what does my life look like if I don't start to make decisions based on sex? If I don't buy clothes based on trying to attract the opposite sex? 70% of the U.S. economy is based on consumerism. A big portion of that is buying clothes. What type of clothes do you buy? Now, back in the day, when I was in the dating game, I had Versace muscle shirts. I was looking smooth. Now, I enjoyed it, but it was also uncomfortable. I love now living a simple life with no underwear, basketball shorts, and a tank top every day. And I love the fact that I don't have to go and impress women. I love the episode of Seinfeld when George said, I would love to let myself go and wear velvet all day. I'm pretty much living that life. Now, I let myself go, but I got back in shape because I found out that health is wealth. But what I'm here to tell you is you start buying different clothes when sex is no longer part of your life. I'll never have sex again, guys. Now, some people, they can't stomach that. Why? Because when I masturbate, I do the same thing as having sex. That's the truth. It's just mental. It's a mental difference. When I see a beautiful girl come into Starbucks, and believe me, there's a lot down here in Florida, right? A lot. Up there in New Jersey, not too much. Okay, Idaho, forget about it. I see a little fiery one. Let's not lie about it. Idaho. Idaho ain't got a little fiery one. Let's say you're the only hot chick in Idaho. The rest of them, total disaster. You know what it is. Oh, what a disaster in Idaho, man. Oh. All right, let's stay positive. So it doesn't matter to me, though. I'm on sex strike. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. I still like living in tropical paradises, Florida, because I like to look. But I don't make decisions based on that. Like, every day I see beautiful girls coming to Starbucks. It's amazing, man. And so I say to myself, damn. And I get all worked up. And then I calm myself down. I say, Sam, you're going to masturbate later. You're going to take care of yourself. You're not going to get entangled emotionally. You're going to spend no money. You don't have to dress up. You don't have to shave. You don't have to do anything magical. All you got to do is take a screenshot in your mind and you're going to do you. I said, damn it. I'm living a good life down here, man. Now, if you lived in Idaho, I don't think you want to take a screenshot of some of those girls. I think you want to hit the delete button. All right. Swipe right on that one. Now let's stay positive. But I'm just saying that when I see a beautiful girl, I admire her beauty, but I'm no longer driven by the hormones racing in my body. And when you're in puberty, you will go against your parents, you will go against wisdom, because it's all based on you fulfilling that human nature hormonic need. And your parents and society is doing everything they can to kind of keep the men and the women separated, okay, until they get to a certain age, and then you're on your own. But I want you to give some thought for you, not for political reasons, but you personally, to go on sex strike. And not just until the next election, forever. I want you to picture a life that you never have sex again, but you have sex every night with yourself, but never with the opposite sex. Could you handle that? How different would your life be? What type of job would you get? What type of clothes would you buy? What type of house would you buy? What type of car would you get? Society would no longer get fancy cars. Why? To a big extent, you're not trying to impress the opposite sex. Why do a lot of people, even wealthy people, buy certain cars to impress the opposite sex? What type of clothes do you buy to impress the opposite sex? Women out there, especially in Idaho, would you ever shave your legs again? Hell no. You just solved a major cosmetic maintenance issue that you have to deal with in life. I grew up with all women. I know how stressful it is for women to put their makeup on and to shave their legs. If you never had to worry, if you went on sex strike, you could come out there looking like a wildebeest. And all you girls out there in Idaho, I know you know damn well what I'm talking about. Now, I don't want my girls down here in Florida living like that, but if they want to do that, that's okay. But what I'm here to tell you is I want you to just imagine a world like that, where sex is not really part of the decision-making process. You think about that, and you give it serious thought. I'll take a hydration break. We'll read all live comments. I love you, little fiery one. I know the last comment got you a little upset. I'm sorry. I love you. I love Idaho. I love you. I'm never going to visit. I love you all my heart. Don't be mad at me, little fiery one. And let's take a hydration break. But even if little fiery one's mad at me, I love her with all my heart. I'm thankful she's a viewer. But like, I don't have to worry about upsetting her because I'll never want to have sex with her. And not because she's not beautiful. And she may be beautiful. She may be ugly. But what I'm trying to say is, like, I can have a conversation with the opposite sex and I don't worry about walking on eggshells. Why? Because I don't want anything from them. Like, I remember, like, when I was in the dating game, I would have to be very careful, like, to please them. And I would give a lot of good answers. You guys know I'm good with people. So, like, I know how to talk to girls. So, like, even now, like, they all want to seduce me. They ain't going to get it. So, now I could pretty much be free and not hurtful. Now, I try not to be hurtful, but if you're in Idaho, look, you already know you should be pro-choice. Look, if you grew up in Idaho, what life ain't worth living. So, I mean, you should be automatically pro-choice, so it shouldn't even matter. But let's stay positive. So, let's say this, guys. Life's just different when you don't have to worry about sex. All right, let's take a hydration break. I don't want to get upset. I don't want to get anyone upset out there. Let me crack the windows. And let's stay thankful. Let's stay positive. Guys, please take the effort to click that thumbs up button, share the video, and if you're not subscribed, subscribe. I try to go live every night. MTOF. I'm out here hanging out with MILFs and trolls. Want to say I have no life. Well, MTOF, it sounds like you live in Idaho, man. I love you, brother. Stay positive. Tara, sipping hot organic tea emoji to you. Watching RuPaul's Drag Race. I ain't mad at that. I ain't mad at that at all. Love and respect you, Tara. Good to see you. Israel in the house. Hey, my man. What's up? Long time, no time. Hey, man. Good to see you. I hope you're doing positive things. I hope you're living your best life. Hope you're taking life one day at a time. I hope that when you get a good day, you take a good day, you don't ask too many questions. I hope when you have the opportunity to go in the ocean, you go in the ocean. Did I go into the ocean today? Hell yeah. Fully submerged in the Atlantic Ocean. A wave knocked me on my ass. I got sand all up my butt. Now, if I lived in Idaho, there ain't no ocean. There ain't no ocean, guys. I'm sorry. I love it, little fire one. You're a great girl. I pray God blesses your heart. But what I can tell you is, what do you do in Idaho all day? There's nothing to do. Let's stay positive. James, Sam's baby, I'm about to feast at work. Chow time. I'm not mad at you. And you can gain a little bit of weight. Why? Because you're in sex strike, man. You can't go wrong there. Yeah, go on sex strike, James. I would hire a hot secretary, and then you give like a little hot girl secretary emoji. Sam, baby, you would hire a hot secretary even if you were on sex strike? That's interesting. Emma, what's up, brother? Shout out to NYC. True. Up to 40 years old, most men think their little head, and that's basically referencing a penis. Good job keeping it private. Hopefully I don't get demonetized. By 35, 40 years old, men wake up and they start thinking with their big head. Too late, though. They are already in the dookie emoji. Now, that's a good point. And I can't say if someone gave me a live feed when I was 18 about going on a sex strike that I would receive it. So I'm not saying that, but I have to share my thoughts, and I have to be true to the season and the moment of life I'm in. And this is what gives me peace for the rest of my life. Like sometimes people say, Sam, don't you ever get lonely? Don't you want to have intimacy again? Don't you want to have companionship? No, and no, I don't. I'm on permanent sex strike, guys, and I'm not going back. I'm sorry. T-Max, I love you, man. Well, I love you too. Thank you. Here, up. Hand them $60 and move on with your business. You know what I say? Put that $60 in your pocket and give yourself a hand job, man. Why would you waste $60, man? Tara, sex is overrated. I totally agree. I agree with you. Yeah, it's good exercise. Yeah, when I masturbate, I burn calories. I'm tough. Somehow she didn't get half. He's still with 120 bill after it was all finalized. Well, all I know, guys, I'm keeping all my money. I'm not giving it to anyone. Little fiery one. Hello, hello, Sammy. Hello. Lovely to see you. Nice. Always good to see you. How's the tropical lava climate? It's magical. It was 84 degrees Fahrenheit today in South Florida. Low humidity, nice ocean breeze, Latino MILFs everywhere, guys, everywhere. And there's girls from all over. You got Asian girls, you got white girls, you got every type of girl, Haiti girls, you got every girl, okay? And what I could tell you is, it's magical in Florida, okay? And it's a lava melting pot. It's very nice. Little fire one's laughing. T-Max, haha. Little fire one, it is a disaster. Well, Idaho is a disaster. I'm sorry, I love you, but Idaho's a disaster. T-Max laughing good. James, at the moment, the only sexy thing I see is Sam. Well, James, I appreciate that. Look, I'll take a compliment, but I'm not taking anyone on a date. Why? I'm on sex strike, guys. Good job. Lauren, hey, Sam, hey. Little fire one's laughing good. Lauren, do you see a lot of car accidents living out of your car? Yes, I do. And that is by far the most dangerous thing about living in your car. The most dangerous thing about living in your car is you're going to spend more time on the road, and driving is one of the most dangerous things you can do in modern society. So that is an excellent question. I've made a video about that. If I had to give you one word of caution, if you were going to live full-time in your car, is that driving, just being on the road more, is very dangerous. And that's why I ask people, like, if you're going to do it, how old are you? And, not that that plays a big part, but you're going to want to be more stationary than mobile. This lifestyle of living in your car, you're automatically going to be a little bit more mobile by nature. But you can subsidize that and be a little bit more stationary by staying at long-term campsites, by figuring out some type of thing, maybe you rent a driveway or you rent some land or you own land, and you stay parked for a good portion of the day. Now, I'm middle-aged, I'm in good health, so I still do a lot of movement. I don't do as much movement as when I started, because when I started, I was still in New Jersey. I was taking weekend trips, and I was going up and down the coast, and I explored Florida to see what parts I like best. And so now I still am moving, but not nearly as much as I once did. And that is my biggest always concern, that driving is a dangerous thing. And that's why I can't wait for robots to take over so we don't have to worry about that. Little fire one. Unfortunately, I'm not fiery enough to heat up the Arctic of Idaho. Well, little fiery one, I don't think anyone's that fiery to heat that land up. But little fiery one, I love you. I respect you. I don't want to hurt your feelings. And let's stay positive. Lauren, celibate for 3 years. Well, I'm not celibate. I orgasm every night. Now, I think it may be easier for women, because I think women hit their sexual peak, 30 to 35. Well, men's hit their sexual peak, they say, on average, between 18 to 25. Women, I think, on average, between 30 to 35. Some people are more sexual than others. But it is still healthy. It's still healthy, and it's almost needed for you to ejaculate. Now, again, women may be a little bit different, and everyone has their own individual circumstance. But on average, in a general speaking terms, ejaculation is healthy for your body. So when I say sex strike, I'm not saying keep your fluids inside you. That's how you get backed up and you have a head explode emoji. I'm saying release in the privacy of your own comfort, and you're good. And you don't have to get entangled in a relationship. You don't have to treat people differently. You know how much bias there is in the world based on people getting treated differently because of their cosmetic looks? No more plastic surgery. All the plastic surgeons hate me now. Why? Because I just put them out of business. Would you get breast implants if you were on sex strike? Would you get a penis replacement if you were on sex strike? Well, you wouldn't even do it. It'd be a totally different world, guys. Now, I'm not saying everyone would like it, but I'm saying this type of world I live in. Good job. We'll fire one. Now, I don't know about living like a wildebeest. Well, hey, I don't care. Well, I do care a little bit. I still like to see hot girls, but I do like hairy girls. I dated a couple girls. I used to tell them, don't shave. I like it hairy. That's the truth. A lot of people can't handle the truth. Just like they said in Few Good Men, but I'm giving you guys truth. Truth emoji. Little fiery one. I'm not mad. I'm not mad either. Jan, hey, Jan. But don't forget to factor the fact that testosterone levels might lower as you age. I hear you. I'm 40. Have they lowered? Which makes it easier to forgo sex. Well, some people have low, what do they call it, like verbido or something like that. But Donald Trump's still banging them out. I mean, he's in his 70s, man. He's still Stormy Daniel out. When were you when you were in your prime. It's not easy. Yeah, on average, that's true. But I see old men, and some of these old men are straight molesters, man. Like, they're sizing up these girls. They're trying to talk to them. Now, but it gives them joy to, like, to flirt with girls and have fun. So, it's like a world without sugary drinks. Yes, it would be healthier, but would people have just as much fun? I saw someone make a statement. I was watching like a business channel on YouTube, and it was a guy talking about buying stock in soda companies. And he was like, look, soda companies have been proven that they're unhealthy and society is curving away from them. But there's something to be said for products that give people joy. And it made me think of my mom. She goes, Sam, I know this stuff that I eat and I drink is unhealthy for me, but it's the only joy I get out of life. It's some of the argument that people say for recreational marijuana. It's, again, recreational. I'm not talking about medical. Some people say recreational marijuana is just a mental relief. Why do people drink alcohol? For the most part, it destroys your body. Some people do it for mental relief. Now, those things can destroy your life. A sugary soda can destroy your life. Alcohol can destroy your life. And weed can cause you to dumb down your life. But for some people, at some level, it provides them some joy. Do I judge them? No, I really don't care. I'm on sex strike. I'm just doing me. You should do you. I'm not mad at you. Let's continue to read. Good comment, though. Jan, good to see you. Little fiery one. I love you, Sam. Well, thank you. I love you, too. Let's take a hydration break. Reserved, good to see you. Vicky, Minnesota to Florida. Well, Vicky, what's the countdown? How many days are we on? It was a beautiful 84 degrees sunny, low humidity. Great day here in South Florida, guys. Great day. After work, I was by the beach, letting that wind blow up my butt. I got in the ocean. There were some heavy waves today. Beautiful girls in bikinis, tropical paradise. All the snowbirds are up north, so the streets are not that crowded. It's just a great day, guys. You got to take a good day when you can get one. Big Dirty Logistic. Hey, Sam. Check out Big Dirty, guys. He's given video reviews of mattresses rated at 1,500-pound capacity. Now, my mom been obese all her life. I struggled with weight. And let me tell you something, guys. When you're overweight and you go shopping for furniture or for chairs, you're not shopping like a regular consumer. Why? Because when you're overweight, one of the major things you look at is what is the weight capacity of that unit. That's what made me think of Big Dirty when I saw your video. I said, I know exactly what Big Dirty's getting at. When you're a big dude or a big girl, like shout out to everyone in Idaho, you're not looking at like, oh, does that bed frame fit in my room? You're looking at what's the weight capacity of that thing. I know exactly what you were talking about, Big Dirty. Shout out to you, man. And your guy, Mark. Luz. What's up, Luz? Good to see you. 1999. What's up, Sam? What's going on, man? Good to see you. Luz. Listening while driving. Well, brother, drive safe because again, driving is one of the most dangerous things you can do. But as you drive, did I ever get with a girl while I was in a car? Yes. Like sometimes people say, Sam, where do you masturbate? Are you kidding me? How many people have reference to the fact like babies were born in the backseat of a car? So if people have made the suggestion that a lot of babies were born in the back of the car, that basically they're saying they had sex in the back of the car, where do you think I masturbate? So that happened like when they were listening to Elvis. Okay, so that's not like something new. Like all the old people that get offended when I say that, they're just, they went on sex strike for the wrong reason. I went on sex strike because I want to make decisions based on what's best for me, not based on how do I release my fluids into another person. So what I can tell you guys, as long as you're in the privacy of your car, you're not in public view, and you're in a legal area, hey, masturbation's fun, man. Reserved. I understand your position, and put all caps, but I have tried any dating apps installed in the past 2 years. Maybe just look. I did Match.com about 6 years ago. I don't want to date. What is the end result of dating? Sex and a long-term relationship. Well, I don't need sex because I can satisfy myself, and I don't want a long-term relationship. I don't want companionship. I don't want someone once in a while I can go dancing with. I don't want someone to sit in Starbucks. I get tremendous peace being by myself. My mind calms itself down. My thoughts calm myself down. When other people talk to me, I get upset because I'm very good with people. Guys, I'm great with people. But I like to be by myself. I don't have any desire for a relationship. I don't have any desire to travel to Idaho, and I don't have any desire for a relationship. So guess what I'm not going to do? I'm not going to download a dating app, and I damn sure ain't going to download Google Map Quest to Northwest. I love Fiery One, but it's a disaster up here. Let's stay positive. Reserve. I bet Tinder and Match is on fire. I did both with all the Latin women. I see Latin women in real life. I could pick them up right there. Guys, I'm good with people. You know my personality. But it's all disaster. And so what I could tell you is, what's the end game? I already completed the end game. No need to go down that road. B. Berry. Have you read the book Men on Strike? No, but I'm giving you a book tonight, guys. Go on sex strike and never look back. Good job, B. Berry. Tiana Bean. Talking about robots taking over. Oh, I can't wait. Bring on the sex robots. To me, that sex robot better have a lot to offer, because as soon as I hear sex robot, I don't get excited. I think about maintenance. I think about, I got to get their oil changed. It's going to cost money. I got to get accessories. That's too much maintenance. All I say, give yourself a hand job. You got no maintenance on that, guys. So I think sex robots are part of consumerism. Don't have to worry about all that. I don't even need a sex robot, but I hear you. T-Bone. Well, with those old men, it's because of Viagra, or they wouldn't be able to get it up. Well, no, a lot of old men still have, even though they don't have the oomph, they still have the natural desire to at least talk to a woman, to court her, to flirt. Everyone likes attention, guys, even men. Everyone likes a little bit of flirting. But some people are completely blinded, and they will step over some overweight lady to get to the hot girl because they're driven by their sexual needs. And so I think we start to treat each other more equally when we start to take sex out of the equation. Because why would you treat a hot girl different than a nasty looking girl? Or all you girls out there, why would you treat a short guy different than a tall guy? You're looking at that tall guy like, I know he'll ruin my life, but he'll give me good kids, he's got good genes, and he'll protect me, and I can snuggle up with him. So all you girls out there that are eyeing up the tall guy with the nice ass, some of the girls, they just like to snuggle. Like, they really mean that when they like to snuggle. It's a disaster. They even have, like, what was that called? Like, that thing that you put on yourself? Wasn't it like the snuggler? What was that thing called? It was like a big piece of fabric that you just put over your body and you snuggle up at night. Just buy one of them, guys, and get yourself a dildo, man. B. Berry. Apparently, the endorphins released in your brain are much greater for the intercourse than masturbation. Not for me. I think that's a misconception. I challenge any scientific study based on it. I think that's theory. I think that's like the Big Bang Theory. The Big Bang is not a fact. It's a theory that scientists are coming to a conclusion. So what you just referenced to me is a theory. So some scientists may agree with that, but in my own scientific study of my life, I'm just as good masturbating, guys. Jen, I believe that. Well, hey, I ain't mad at that. Laughing good, jaded. Just got a truck stop shower. Had a great day. Good job. Hope you did too, my friend. Well, love and respect you. I think you're on your third, fourth day living out of your car. So shout out to you, brother. Keep pushing forward. Try to get past the 8-month mark, if you can, while taking care of yourself. I like Planet Fitness shower better than a truck stop shower. Why? Because Planet Fitnesses are everywhere. I don't have to go out of my way. I get a workout in, like kind of just like makes me get a workout in. But that's just me. Truck stop is another option. Campgrounds have showers. There's different places. So I'm glad you're doing good. Stay positive, and thank you for the comment. Luz. It's pronounced Luz, I'm a woman. Well, Luz, I could call you Luz. Why? Because I don't want sex from you. So, like, if I was attracted to, I'm attracted to women, but if I wanted something from you, I would go back and forth like, oh, let me play the game. I'm sorry, Luz. I'm sorry, Luz. But I'll just call you Luz. All right, so, Luz, I love you. I respect you. But, yeah, I mean, it's like, that's the whole thing. Like, I don't know. Like, even like when people, I don't want to be mean, but even like when people correct me, like how to say their name, I don't know. Like, I don't care if someone calls me Stan, Sam, Samuel, Sammy. I don't know. But I love you, Luce. But at the end of the day, I'm on sex strike. You're the snuggler. You're the snuggie. The snuggie, Lauren. Good job. Luce, it means light in Spanish. Well, love and respect you. I'm not mad that it means light, but you may be a big girl. You may be a big guy. I don't know. You know how many people lied to me on YouTube? They told me they were a girl, they were a guy. They told me they're this, they're that. So I don't know. But thank you for giving me the explanation, Luce. Love to you. Marin, heart emoji. They have a thing called a weighted blanket. What's that? That is used for PTSD. Okay. That feels like a snuggler. I'm not mad at that, Marin. Good to see you. Shout out to Southwest Florida. Love to you, Marin. DNA, attention all men. Do not donate any sperm. No, don't. Get a vasectomy, masturbate, and go on sex strike. Lauren. Stan 2020. I'm not mad at that. Loose 2024. Marin. Hey, Loose. AKA Light. AKA Heavy D. We don't know who's who. Danny's laughing good. Good job, guys. All right. I got to all live comments. 35 minutes in. Do I stretch it out? I never stretch anything out. Why? Because it just leads to a bunch of nowhere and you lose the message. But guys, stay positive. Think about those things tonight. Do the best you can and start to make decisions on how you treat people with sex not being part of the equation. I think if you go through your daily life, when you're in a coffee shop, when you're at work, when you're looking at people and you admire their beauty, but you're not driven, but you recognize the fact that there's a hormone racing through your body. So you could say, hey, look, this person is beautiful. That's a blessing from God. But it's a difference between saying that versus basically knocking the big chick over to go talk to the hot chick or knocking the short guy over to go talk to the tall guy. Okay. So when you take that hormone out of the equation, I think you start focusing your life on what's really important. And I think you'll live a better life without a restraining order. Swan, love and respect you, brother. Keep that Miata oiled and greased up, brother. Vicky. It was 84 and beautiful today in Minnesota. Wow. Well, no, you talking about Florida? Florida was here, yeah. 413 days to a life in paradise. Well, amen to that.